Bonjour. So today you are doing your writing assessment. This will look very similar to your previous writing assessment. You're going to write nonstop in French for 10 minutes. During this time, you will not use anything other than what is here on the screen. And so that's what I give you and your own brain, like what you already know in French. So since you're doing this from home, absolutely no Google Translate, nothing, no online dictionary, nothing. Just use what you know. So your writing will not be perfect. There will be mistakes. So this is okay. You do not need to stress about this. Okay, I'm just going to read it to see how much I understand. And at this point in French 1, there will be mistakes in your grammar, in your spelling. I'll review the rules with you before you start. So as you're listening to me, you can get yourself ready. You can type it into the document that I have left with you on Schoology. So you click and it will make you copy a Google Doc, and you can type your responses in there. Okay, so this time the difference is after the 10 minutes, so you set your timer, you can have your timer on your phone to the side, write for 10 minutes. This is what we'll be doing in a classroom. Then at the end of the 10 minutes, you can use your vocab list that you've been creating as we go over this unit. So this will have lots of words for things that you like and don't like, desserts, fears, all of that stuff. Now in your writing, you may or may not have written any of those words, but if you have, then I want you to set your timer again for 5 minutes. And with that list, you're just checking, you're making editing changes. So as you look over the list, that's when you can make any spelling corrections that you need to, or yeah, basically you can rephrase and check your work before you finally will finish and submit it. Okay, so 10-minute free write, and then 5 minutes to proofread and check using your list. If you don't have your list, then you don't have to do this. But if you have it, then that's going to be your added benefit to just make any extra improvement. And don't you miss being in school? Okay, so it's a 15-minute free write, and the class will be doing it on paper and pencil. You can use your list, so you can have that to hand. So you can pause this video and go grab that right now. And there is a writing rubric. So this time I'm going to grade your writing based on this rubric. I'm not going to show it in the video, but I want you to find that I will include as well in the assessment block of what you need to do. Okay, so quick recap on the rules. I'll have them all up here on the screen. You're going to write without stopping. You will count the number of words at the end. No English in the story except for names. So names of people, places, objects, name. Keep the sentences still simple, even though this is unit 2, it's still right at the beginning of French 1, still very basic. Start thinking about your story ahead of time. You can retell a story you've done in class. You can create your own. A story can even be as simple as who you are, describe yourself, or describe your dog, or the weather. It can be very, very simple. We will use lists at the end, use words that you already know, use as many adjectives as possible. This is a way to just keep writing. Is it big? What color is it? Is it happy? Is it angry? Is it, what else have we done? Is it speaking slowly or quickly, rapidement or lentement? So use as many, that's an adverb, I guess, but as many describing words as you can, as you know. And spell as accurately as you can and move on. You can still use the slash method. So once you get somewhere you're like, I don't know where I'm going, just put a slash to the end of that sentence or that paragraph and move on. Using posters from the room as help, I will have the screen in front of you. You can use this as your poster. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second. Illogical stories are okay. It is okay if you talk about a blue cat because you can't remember the word for black and you do remember the word for blue. So say it's blue. That is okay, even if blue cats don't really exist. Okay. All right. These are some phrases that we have here in the classroom. So this is going to be your visual aid. So I'm going to leave this on the screen. I want you to pause the screen in a moment when I'm done, when I say allez, and have your timers ready. Have 10 minutes on your timer. The last thing you're going to do before you start writing or typing in French is I'm going to speak some French to you so that you have that last thing that you hear is French. Okay, there you go. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi le 3 novembre. Aujourd'hui, il y a du soleil, mais il fait froid. Il fait assez froid pour froid. À mon avis, il fait beau parce que j'adore le soleil. Dans la classe, il y a une professeure qui s'appelle Madame Hunter. Madame Hunter est intelligente et assez grande et contente. Aujourd'hui, je suis un peu fatiguée. J'adore manger le chocolat et j'adore boire le café noir. J'ai peur de serpents et de requins et je veux dormir. OK. Alors, vous avez 10 minutes, écrit en français. Allez. Okay, when you're done, hopefully you pause the video after the 10 minutes. You have now 5 minutes to use your list of notes to make editing changes. Now you're not adding on anything else. You just set your timer for 5 minutes and make any changes to your writing or corrections that you can just to edit. Okay, come back in 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the end of the assessment, the writing assessment. There's a couple of things that we're going to do in the class and I want you to do also before you submit. Count your total words and put it at the top of the paper. So on the top of the Google Doc, just write your number of words. I will print this out for you and add it into your portfolio. Or you can add it to your portfolio on your return. Then with the rubric that I attached on Schoology, I want you to download it or open it with Kami or something like that so that you can annotate on it. And I want you to circle where you feel that you're at with your writing today. So let's see. I don't think I have it already. Let's see if I can find it real quick just to show you. Okay, so I'm not sure that yours looks exactly like this. I think it does, but you see how there are check boxes? Oh, it's been a while since I've used. Let me share the screen so you can see what I'm looking at. There we go. Okay, so you can see with this rubric, which is hopefully what you'll be able to pull up on Kami or something similar, and you see how there are little check boxes for the strands. I want you to read this and kind of self-assess your writing today. So when you look at your writing, did you write in simple sentences? Or were you writing in phrases? They're not maybe full sentences, phrases. There were some lists, there were words, maybe just words, lists of words. So wherever you are, you can just check off that strand and then keep going throughout the whole thing. There were some strands that I've completely eliminated. I'm not assessing you at this point in French 1. At some point by the end of French 1 or beginning French 2, these strands I will make available and want to assess you on, but not at this point. I mean, you can go ahead if you feel that you've done it, you can go ahead and check it off. But really, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 strands that I'm assessing in this assessment. So put your name on it. Yes, put your name on it on Kami, check it off. I'm also going to print that off and add that into your portfolio. And once you've self-assessed that, I will give you the grade that I think you're at. Okay, so let me stop sharing that and let's see if I can go back to the screen. Okay. So count your words, read the rubric, circle where you feel that you're at, turn it in. You can email me since you're doing this from home, and that's it. So I look forward to seeing you the next time. Au revoir.